Organic manure or compost manure is a very important manure in the field of agriculture. To produce this, we could use refuse of our day-to-day life and excreta. Here we could use excreta found in farmhouses or in animal production units. This comprises animal waste as well as plant waste. The excreta and urine of animals, grasses and other leaves, waste matter which we collect after sweeping, trunks of planting trees, etc. could be used. As we utilize waste of this nature for the production of compost manure, the environmental pollution also could be prevented. There are several ways in which compost manure is made. One of these is by heaping, referred to as godochromia. Let us see how compost manure could be made by heaping. At first, we should locate a level spot and clean it, clearing it of grasses and other rubble. The ground so cleared should be spread with a thin layer of decayed earth or compost manure. We do this to introduce bacteria to the ground, assuming it is devoid of such bacterial bodies. These will then be decayed soon, turning into compost. Having laid a layer of compost, only then that we deposit raw waste matter on it. The compost layer should be thinly spread. For this, we could use compost and also an item like lime. Ash found in the kitchen too could be used. Then on this we could deposit grass or whatever refuse that can be found in the cattle shed which is liable to rot. These have to be spread as a layer. Thereafter, various kinds of grasses, Glycidia leaves or any other refuse you could collect when clearing fences could be spread on top of this as a layer. If you can use these types of raw matter, the fertility value of the compost will increase. It will also give a suitable position to it. Its fertility value will be enhanced. As it gets good ventilation, it will have a better decaying rate too. Thereafter, water or cow dung dissolved in water should be poured on these leaves. Water should be poured so well as to soak the number of layers it has. A layer of raw cow dung could be spread on it if available only. By using raw cow dung, the fertility value of the compost can be increased. Some decayed manure or decayed compost manure will be now used on this. We use this raw cow dung layer as a food for the bacteria that live on this compost manure. When we use the raw cow dung layer, they increase and develop themselves soon and digest the whole lot of raw matter. On top of this, another layer of manure or compost will be introduced as before. Then again, as before, another layer of grass or leaves will be spread, bringing up the height of the compost to 2.5 to 3 feet. Thereafter, a paste made of cow dung or earth is spread on it as a layer. This heap of cow dung so built up will be turned upside down after a duration of about 25 to 30 days. It is turned upside down onto one side and then set again as layers or is set in the original way. In this process of turning, you can wet each layer, which action will enhance the activity of bacteria. Having set these layers upside down on 2 occasions at an interval of 25 to 30 days each, the decayed compost could be used for cultivation purposes after another period of 30 days. There is yet another method of heaping system. Here again we prepare the heap of compost in the manner as described before, but the only difference is that during the process a hollow bamboo pole is set across it at a height of about a foot. Having done so, two similar poles being connected to it facing upward. Raw matter will be put in between these two and get the heap of compost made. On top of this, a thick layer of cow dung or earth is spread. Thereafter, the pole set across will be removed. A part of the excess heat will escape through these holes made after the removal of the cross pole. Under this condition, the process of becoming compost is quickened. We will be able to get compost within 30 to 45 days. The other system to get compost prepared is the pit system or valacromia. In this system, a pit has to be dug in a level ground in keeping with the raw materials available. Under normal circumstances, to prepare compost requirements for an average house, a pit 4 to 5 feet wide, 7 to 8 feet long and 1.5 to 2 feet deep is sufficient. To prevent water flowing into a pit, a ridge has to be built around it. Thereafter, as in the case of heaping system, decayed raw matter, compost set in layers will be mixed with water. After mixing, the compost is heaped up, but when doing so, a depth of 1 foot from its mouth has to be left empty. This allowance is made to help the rolling up of the compost inside out later. In this way, having heaped up the waste matter up to about 1.5 feet from its mouth, it has to be covered with a thick layer of cow dung prepared as a paste. Then, to prevent this being washed away by rainwater, it has to be covered either with woven coconut leaves or polythene. If possible, a hut may be built to cover it, thereby preventing it from being washed off. If not, the fertility components get washed away and become poisonous to the soil, thereby giving no benefit to the soil underneath. After a month, this has to be turned upside down. Having done this twice, this can be used as compost. Another way of getting compost prepared is the barrel system. Here you can get compost continuously. Here what we do is to place a tar barrel or any such container open at both ends on 3 stones like this. Holes have to be made around the barrel. All refuse found in the compound and in the house should be brought and emptied into this barrel every day. After a period of 1.5 to 2 months, the contents at the bottom will get decayed. From that time onwards, a certain amount of compost can be obtained daily. For home gardens, this is a profitable and very good system. This system could be followed up in flats, in towns and also in places where limited space is available. Compost obtained by this system could be used in pots and polythene bags to grow plants.